Hi kids, I'm going to start reading our next superhero journey. This one is about Abagail. You probably can't read that because it's backwards, but she is a great young woman of the Bible. So sit still, maybe, and let's begin reading our next story about Abigail. Go away! Rooney and her friend Danny ducked just in time. The baseball zipped over their head and smacked the front door with a powerful wham. You know, Sam, Rooney said as she picked up the ball and ran her fingers over the seams. You don't have to be so rude. We can all play together. Rooney's brother rolled his eyes. He was busy throwing pitches into the net in their front yard. I don't want you two out here while I'm practicing, he growled. Why don't you go inside and play with your dolls or something? There he is. Rooney's hand reached for her wrist, where two small bells hung from a delicate gold bracelet. She rolled them gently between her fingers. God, she thought to herself, please forgive my brother. He needs prayer and patience just as much as I do. The girls looked at each other. Let's go. As they started to walk inside, Rooney noticed a large white moving truck pulling into the driveway across the street. A blue car with a faded top pulled in too, just behind it. Hey, Danny asked, isn't that kid from school moving in this weekend? Yeah, that's Anthony. Rooney pointed to one of three tall boys getting out of the car. He's a sixth grader, and those are his brothers. The girls watched as Anthony and his family started to unload boxes and take them up the driveway and into the house. Sam looked up from his pitching practice, grumbling loudly. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. He's so annoying. Sam huffed and puffed as he moved his tee out from behind the net. I can't believe he's moving to our street. Dear God, Rooney thought, why is my brother acting like this? He and Anthony were on the same little league team last season. Doesn't he remember who helped him with his curveball? Rooney and Danny watched Sam grab his bat. He marched toward the street and set up his tee at the edge of the lawn. Anthony's head poked out from behind the box he was carrying. Hey Sam, he hollered. When we're done, can me and my brothers play with you? Sure. Sam was smiling, but Rooney was nervous. You can play. You don't. Why don't you catch this? He swung and ripped a line drive. The ball sliced through the air and blasted the large cardboard box right out of Anthony's hands. He toppled off the curb and landed on his back. Rooney froze. Her stomach tightened. Sam! See what happened? He's on That wasn't very nice. Anthony stood up, brushing himself off. Then he and his brothers marched down to the sidewalk. You're going to be sorry you did that, one of them yelled at Sam. Yeah, we're going to get you. Sam threw down his bat and shouted back at them. Danny grabbed Rooney's hand. Do you think they're going to fight? She whispered. Rooney couldn't breathe. Oh no, Danny said as a red car pulled into the driveway. My mom's here. I gotta go. As Danny ran down the steps, the boys continued to yell. Rooney's heart was beating wildly. "Oh, God, I'm scared." Her eyes filled with tears. "What do I do?" Here's the three brothers. Can you see that? Okay. "Well, I have an idea." Rooney heard a familiar voice behind her. "Mary!" Rooney threw her arms around the little angel and hugged her tight. "Thank God." "Listen, everything's going to be okay. First, there's something you have to see." Just then, Rooney's mom called Sam's name from inside the house. "Oh, coming." Sam stomped up the steps and slammed the door. The boys watched him, then turned and headed back toward their house. "Now?" Rooney whispered. "I'm having a serious problem with my brother." "I can see that." Mary flew up and put her arms around Rooney's neck. "Being a real superhero has its challenges, huh?" Rooney's stomach was in knots. "You're right about that." See, there's Mary and Sam. "You know, this problem is a tough one. This reminds me so much of Abagail." Rooney stared wide-eyed at the angel. "Really? Who's Abagail?" "She's another Bible belle, and she would know exactly what to do in a situation like this. She has a very special power that you need to see." Rooney ran her fingers over the bells on her wrists. "So Hannah, Esther, and now Abagail?" Rooney scratched her head. "What's her superpower?" Mary smiled. "Let's go find out." She fluttered her wings and hovered in the air. "Hey, can I see one of those baseballs?" "Sure," Rooney said, relieved. Rooney reached for Sam's bucket and tossed a ball to Mary. She threw it up in the air and it began to spin. Around and around it spun until, pop! A flash of light revealed a wide wooden window that had 1 Samuel 25 etched on the front. "Check it out." Rooney climbed up and looked down through the window at the scene below. Here's Mary and the baseball, and there's the window with 1 Samuel 25 written on it. We're going to stop right there, and we'll do a part 2 in just a minute.